Hello everybody. In this video we are going to study about method or function overloading. Now what is overloading? Here we have the definition of that. Overloading allows different methods to have the same name but different signatures. So what is this? In a program we can have different methods but they can have the same name. But here we have that their signatures must be different. What is signature? Signature means what kind of argument we are passing inside the method. So here we have that how this can differ. This can differ by the number of input parameters, means the same function name can have different number of inputs, and the type of input parameters, means one can have integer data type or double data type. So this way we can differentiate between the methods. Then overloading is related to compile time or static polymorphism. Now what is this? Here we come across two new words, that is polymorphism and compile time or static polymorphism. So what is this? Let's see. Polymorphism means many forms. This also comes from the same process, that is overloading. Here we see that the same method, they are using the same name. So this is many forms, means the same method will have different forms. And static polymorphism, this means the compiler knows at compile time that which method will be executed. So according to the arguments or the parameter which we pass in the method, then only compiler will find out that which method will be executed at that time. So this is a brief description about method or function overloading. Now let's see how to implement this method overloading in Java. Here I've taken the class name as polym. We can take any class name, but as this is for polymorphism, so I've taken this as polym. Now the functions which we are going to use, or the methods, they will have the same name. So public int sum, and here inside this sum method I'm passing arguments. Just now we saw that this method overloading can be implemented by providing different types of arguments. So that different type, it can be either by providing different numbers of argument or by providing different data type. So here as I have taken int, so this function will return a value, let it be sum of these two numbers, that is a and b. So return a plus b. Now again one more function I'm going to make with the same name, but this will have different type of arguments or different signature. So public int sum, here I'm providing three arguments, a, int b, int c, and here we can write down return a plus b plus c. Now this next function, that is with the same name but here different data type we will provide. So public double, let it be double sum, and inside this also I am providing double variables, that is double a comma double b. So here we can see that we have taken three methods, they all are having the same name, that is sum, but the arguments which we are passing, that is different. For here, for instance, here we have passed two arguments, here three arguments, and here the type of data type, that is different. Here we have taken double data type. So here also we will return a plus b. So these are the three functions which are having the same name but different arguments. And now we will call these functions So for that we write down public static void main, the main function. To call this methods, we will have to make an object of this class, or main this class polym. So here I write down polym equal to x equal to new polym. And as we will call all these methods, all these three methods, so we can take a variable which will store the value of this methods, or we can directly use them directly in the system.out.println statement. So let's take some variable which will store the values of this methods. So we will have to take 2 for integer and 1 double for double data type. So we have taken p and p1. So let's now call all the methods one by one. So first p equal to x dot sum. Here this first method, this will be called, or we can this method call will be according to the parameters or the arguments which we pass inside this call, inside this calling. So here we write down the values. So suppose if we are providing for this function, so let it be 20 comma 40, two integer values we have provided. Then we can write down the system.out.println statement, and here inside this you can provide any statement, or directly you can print the value of p. Similarly we will call this next method. So I'm going to copy this, and here we have 3 arguments. Here you can see that we have taken 3 arguments, so we need to pass 3 values over here. Let it be 10, and then this print statement. Now for this double method, now we take p1 equal to x dot sum, and inside this we'll have to provide some double value. And then the print statement. So here we have called all these 3 methods with the different arguments. So let's close the bracket and compile this program. So we got no syntax error. Let's execute this. Here you can see we have got the output of this program. So 3 values for different methods with the same name. So this is an example how we can implement method overloading in Java.